side to play in the Western Conference. They trail the spiraling Mavs by 3 games. Phoenix, they do face the toughest remaining schedule in the NBA per ESPN Analytics. Just a 5% chance to reach the postseason.
Much higher on the Western Conference table, you will find the Lakers, the current 2 seed out west. They have LeBron a fadeaway, 34 for him, 30 for Luka. Lakers win again. Here's LeBron on the milestone.
I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It's a hell of a lot of points, and I'm super blessed to be able to, put that many points up in the best league in the world with the best players in the world over my career. So it's pretty special.
And it's amazing watching him do this stuff at this age. It's just unbelievable. Like 50K points. I can't even explain how insane that is. And he might get to 70K. You never know.
We're joined by our senior NBA reporter, Brian Windhorst, who's seen easily probably 45,000 of those points in person. Windy, LeBron has scored 25 or more in 7 of the last 8 games here for the Lakers. We spent a lot of time talking about Luka's impact on the team and on LeBron. Let's flip that. What's LeBron's impact been on Luka so far?
Well, if you look at the way the Lakers are playing defense, look, I know that it's so interesting to watch the offensive stats, and last night LeBron and Luka offensively were great. The reason the Lakers are winning is because of what they're doing at the defensive end, and Luka has been a part of that. I mean, he is never going to be on an all-defensive team, but Luka is engaging at that end because LeBron is engaging at that end. And with their offensive exploits, where last night they both scored over 30, this team is only just beginning to blossom. Luka has 11 threes in the last 2 games. He's getting his feet up underneath him. You can totally see that. And when they play offense like that, and they even give a little bit of effort on defense, that team, that just opens up their whole game, and they are truly becoming a dangerous team in the Western Conference.
LeBron James was Player of the Month in the Western Conference for the month of February. It's the first time he's had that honor in 5 years. Meanwhile, you couldn't have 2 teams heading in more opposite directions. Speaking of the Lakers and the Mavericks, more opposite directions, I should say. And it got worse for the Mavs yesterday with the news, official now, that Kyrie Irving is out for the season with a torn ACL. We saw this against Sacramento. We knew it didn't look good. We knew it was stoicism, heroicism perhaps, for Kyrie to go to the line and make the free throws after tearing his ACL. And we got confirmation yesterday as to how severe this is. So, Windy, what could this injury mean now for Kyrie's future and really the overall future in Dallas?
Yeah, so he's probably obviously going to focus on the rehab in the short term here. And when we get to June, we'll have to see where he's at in that progress because he's got a contract decision. And I know that's kind of a strange thing to think about. If you've got a contract option for $44 million, which he does, and you're recovering from an ACL surgery, obviously you pick that up. But we'll see about that. You know, Nico Harrison, the Mavericks general manager, last night released a statement absolutely praising Kyrie up one side and down the other, him as a person, him as a player, him as a leader within the organization, which is all true, and he deserves all that. But if I'm Kyrie, I'm thinking, you really are, a big believer in me. Is there a chance I opt out of my contract, especially if I think my rehab is going well, and ask the Mavericks to give me a multi-year deal? The Mavericks, considering with where they're at and considering where they've positioned themselves to really have to win in the next 2 or 3 years, by Nico Harrison's own words when he made the Anthony Davis trade, are a little bit out of position here. So there's a lot of things confronting the Mavericks in the short term. That's one of them. Meanwhile, they've got 3 key players, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Daniel Gafford, coming back from injuries, and I'm not sure it makes sense to bring any of them back at this point. And so they may end up spending the rest of this season thinking about their draft pick, or thinking about how a negotiation with Kyrie might look, as opposed to thinking about what kind of playoff run they could have, which is what they thought when they made that deal.
Wasn't that long ago where they made this same calculus, right? They were in the 10 spot about this part of the season. Do they make a push for the playoffs? Do they sit for draft position? That's how they got Derek Lively. So it's crazy how it's repeating itself. Brian Windhorst, we appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Bronny has won 17 of 20, 7-game win streak, which I believe is the longest since 2021. Why has this team found its ability to click the way it has right now?
We know what we want to do every night. Our coaches have putting us in position to succeed, and we're just trying to follow the game plan, and we've been dialed in with our game plan each and every night we step on the floor.
congratulations on 50,000, reaching that milestone. When you just think of all the stats, the numbers, the performances that kind of make up this mark that you have reached, what comes to mind when you hear 50K?
I have no idea. I mean, that's a lot of points. I don't know. It's been a lot, to be honest. Obviously, the first thing that comes to my mind is like where I'm from, and just picking up the game when I was a little kid and just having a love for the sport, and was hoping that someday I'd be able to play at the highest level, and I've been able to do that and really enjoy it. Really enjoy my career. So it's definitely an honor. It's pretty cool to see that.
On your 40th, you said that you didn't think the Lakers were a championship team. A lot has changed since then. You guys have now won 7 games in a row. You guys, as of late, have had the best defense in the league. You got a top 3 player in Luka. Do you still feel that way?
Do I still feel what way?
Do you think the Lakers are a championship team now?
We got to continue to get better. There's a lot of things that we want to continue to build, and obviously we want to get healthy as well. We're still missing 2 of our starters. We're missing one of our gritty guys and Goody as well. So, we want to get healthy. I think with a full group, we just want to continue to get better. With a full group, we can go out and compete versus anyone.
What's the hardest part about maintaining this level at year 22?
The level of play. And as you get older, it affects you, even differently. And if you have a family, it affects you even differently. So the process, trying not to fall out of love with the process is the hardest thing.
You said, I think it was earlier in this, that you're a natural-born receiver and Luka's a natural-born quarterback. You guys have an operation now where you get to play quarterback and you get to play receiver. How has that benefited you, having the ability to do both in a game, and how have you gotten comfortable finding spots to attack off of what he does?
Yeah, I think I told Dave, I said in order for us to be the team ultimately we need to be, the ball needs to be in Luka's hands. And then when Luka sits down, the ball can be in my hands, or be in AR's hands when he gets back. But I'm very comfortable playing off the ball and finding my spots, running the floor, getting outlet passes from Luka. Being on the backside of a defense, if he's either being blitzed in pick and rolls or switched in pick and rolls, and he attracts so many eyes and bodies. I've been very blessed to be able to be adaptable to whatever team I've been on during my career, to be able to change. And this is another instance, and I was looking forward to that.
You're, in some ways, right? You crossed 50,000 with, and congratulations on 49,999 the other day, too. But you crossed 50,000 on a 3. That's the thing I know you've worked a lot at to add to your game. It's probably added years, the ability to hit that shot, but particularly with a player like Luka, having that weapon for you, how does that unlock things?
Anytime you're able to get a body off of you or eyes off of you, then it unlocks a lot for you and for our team. He attracts so many eyes and so many defenders, either when he's driving, his pick and roll coverage, his ability to make all the reads, that if I'm getting passes where guys closing out on me, with a live dribble, or they're not closing out on me, I'm able to now make reads where